Hi, I'm Natalia from Fluxx. We help our clients solve real problems using our own agile design thinking methodology. From creating the world's most downloaded free health app, redesigning a 300-year-old auction house, and even launching an award-winning lockdown comms strategy for a healthcare company in a matter of weeks. We've worked with hundreds of global brands and businesses to help them solve their most complex business challenges. Recently, we've been supporting businesses with a new kind of challenge. At Fluxx, we love studying human behaviour, and so since day one of lockdown, we've been closely observing the impact of the pandemic. Right now, reimagining the way we work is the single most important thing on business leaders' minds, and we're helping a number of organisations realise what that means for them. Lockdown has prompted a fundamental shift in attitudes to remote working, with 73% of employees now saying they want remote options to stay. So the leaders that don't act won't survive. COVID has presented an opportunity like no other to re engineer businesses and create something new, something better. So, how are we reimagining the world of work? Well, we believe the future is hybrid. So, what does hybrid working actually mean? Well, hybrid working means working both at home and in the office. This means that where you work is guided by the work that needs doing, as opposed to a fixed pattern or day of the week. The office remains a valuable asset, but instead of the default place to work, it is used purposefully for co creation, collaboration, and connection. We're helping organisations to embrace this opportunity and leapfrog their competitors. There are four key areas of competitive advantage, from talent to cost savings, sustainability to business agility. Looking at the war for talent, in today's job market, candidates are looking for flexibility. Almost 50% of UK workers say they would take a pay cut for greater flexibility. And whilst companies can use hybrid as an opportunity to tap into a more diverse talent pool and explore new working contracts, there are true benefits for both the individual and the business. And with flexible working and work from anywhere, savings can be made on assets and infrastructure and reinvested back into the business and its people. A recent Forbes article suggests that productivity gains could equate to as much as $11,000 per year per employee when working from home 50% of the time. Embracing a hybrid working culture will help companies accelerate their sustainability agenda by reducing business travel, daily commutes, and waste generated by offices. Commuting actually contributes to over a third of all emissions from passenger transport. And as we embrace more purposeful travel, technology continues to evolve, and people's attitudes change, we will see business travel continue to decline. One organisation we're working with recently announced that they are cutting business travel by 50%. Creating a more agile workforce will unlock productivity, making it easier to make quick decisions and effectively respond and adapt to change. Inefficient meetings could cost employers up to 34% of an employee's salary. A hybrid future has advantages for companies and their culture as well. It creates an environment where success is judged on outputs, not hours spent in the office. Flexibility is built into the working day, enabling businesses to be more diverse and inclusive, and allowing employees to manage their time in a way that suits their own needs. It presents an opportunity for employees to focus on well-being as part of their working lives, as opposed to fitting it around work. And finally, it calls for a new era of leadership, one that empowers teams to take ownership, devolving decision-making, and increasing the pace of work. It's not as simple as flicking a switch. The journey to a hybrid future needs deliberate and thoughtful design. Fostering the right environment will be crucial for success. This is where Flux design thinking comes into play. Taking a human centered approach and really listening to both the employee and business needs means we can help organizations focus on the areas that really matter. Using this insight, we're able to create a future of work vision principles, and framework that preserves what is unique to the business and prioritizes areas that will add the most value to both the business and its people. Recently, we've been working with one of the UK's largest healthcare providers who, like many, were forced into remote working overnight. As a business with well-being at its heart, they acknowledge the challenges presented by remote working and the impact on employee engagement and well-being. This organisation saw the opportunity to define a future of work strategy that put employee well-being truly front and centre. Whether it's about people, profitability, purpose, or planet, we're working with organisations who are grabbing the opportunity to reimagine their future. Reimagining the way a business works isn't an easy feat. There are cultural, geographical, and organisational nuances that have to be considered, and there's a lot at stake if we don't get it right. We're working with a 100-year-old global FMCG who have offices across the globe with different cultures, time zones, businesses to consider, and a heritage to uphold. Together, we developed their future of work strategy, playbook, and supporting resources to help activate and deploy the changes. Redefining the brilliant basics, optimizing ways of working, and unearthing the new skills required to embed and enact sustainable change. Sustainable is the key word here. If companies don't act to create a route to a sustainable way of working, people will burn out. 31% currently report experiencing emotional exhaustion on a weekly basis, bringing to life the level of urgency to act here. Remote working has presented a launchpad for new behaviours, but we acknowledge there are barriers to overcome. There are 3 key challenges that we're helping our clients to overcome when encouraging behaviour change across the organisation. Let's start with the first, status quo bias. People tend to revert backwards to previously established and familiar behaviours, so it's really important to be clear on the why. And it's also important to establish new ways of working before the old routines are re-established and people default to previously ways of working. If we look at cognitive load, when stressed or pressed for time, people are significantly less receptive to new information or change. So you need to make the process really easy to implement and follow, both physically and cognitively. And finally, risk aversion. Even if the potential upside is acknowledged, people are more likely to take the perceived safer option for fear of the unknown. Bring together a group of influencers who are able to get behind the change and role model the new behaviours, and encourage an agile mindset of trial and error to make failing feel okay and an opportunity to learn from. Successful companies are able to work differently. Empathetic leaders will dial into the needs of their employees and adjust to the moment. Empowered teams will be able to make their own decisions and take action no matter the level, enabling both the teams and individuals to go further faster and shape better business outcomes. And a culture of trust will give employees the means to be productive, the power to innovate, adapt, and identify avenues of growth. Thanks for listening. And if you're thinking about reimagining your world of work, feel free to drop me a line and I'd be happy to share more of what we've learned so far.